In 2021, there are a few things you should know about cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, or cryptocurrency, is an automated currency that was created in January 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto in a mysterious manner that has yet to be identified. Bitcoin is not a traditional online payment system. Instead, it provides customers with lower transaction fees. Normally, the government issues its own currency in the market that circulates throughout the country, implying that the government has sole authority to balance the structure of money and has centralized authority over money or currency. On the other hand, Bitcoin operates on a decentralized basis, implying that no central banks or central government has authority over it. With the passage of time, an increasing number of people are becoming interested in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin and have begun to invest in digital currencies. However, there are some facts about the digital currency platform that you should be aware of before investing in the secret and private world. Bitcoin's total supply is finite. If you're new to cryptocurrency and think you can buy an infinite amount of cryptocurrency, think again. Because the supply of cryptocurrencies is limited, the value of all of these currencies continues to rise as the supply decreases. It functions in both demand and supply modes. When supply falls due to a variety of factors, demand suffers from a scarcity of resources, high costs, low productivity, and so on, and its price fluctuates greatly. Bitcoin was created by an unknown person. The term crypto comes from Greek and means hidden or private. Because this digital currency was created and used by private individuals whose identities are unknown and cannot be easily found on any technical platforms, it has a plethora of advantages. So, who is the enigmatic figure behind the massive virtual currency market? No one knows who is behind this market, to be sure. The most surprising and amazing fact about cryptocurrency is that no one knows who invented or created Bitcoin. However, many people believe that Satoshi Nakamoto, whose identity is also unknown, is the creator of Bitcoin. Physically, cryptocurrency cannot be prohibited. Many countries have discussed and planned to ban cryptocurrency so that its use does not negatively impact a country's economy. However, it is physically impossible to ban cryptocurrency because anyone in the world can easily obtain a crypto wallet. Countries can enact regulations at any time, but the cryptocurrency market itself cannot be prohibited. Over 5,000 different currencies exist. Because everyone wants to get in on cryptocurrency, there are currently 5,000 different currencies in use around the world. As a result, new currencies are being added to the market on a daily basis. Some currencies are worthless to purchase, but people continue to do so because no one knows when a currency will become so valuable in the market. China is the world's largest Bitcoin miner. China controls 70% of cryptocurrency mining, which is the process of verifying large money or currency transactions in the market and then fixing or placing them on the blockchain ledger, which is a digital ledger that holds numerous records of money and transactions of various amounts in blocks across many computers so that any involved block cannot be altered with effect from a third party. They are subject to taxation. It is dependent on the country in which we reside. Because cryptocurrency is currently playing such an important role in the market, it is a well-known fact that the tax agency will undoubtedly profit from it. As a result, if you are a cryptocurrency user, you will undoubtedly be required to pay taxes on your cryptocurrency profits in accordance with your country's regulations. Pizza was the first commercial Bitcoin transaction. A man in Florida paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas on May 22, 2010. The first commercial Bitcoin transaction is widely regarded as this. 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $40 at the time, making 1 Bitcoin worth a little less than half a cent. If you had that much money in Bitcoin today, it would be worth over $350 million. To reclaim his digital wallet, one man wants to excavate a landfill. James Howells, a Welshman, threw out a hard drive containing 7,500 Bitcoins in 2013. He went looking for the drive when he realized how much the value of Bitcoin had risen in recent years. He is now attempting to persuade his local city council to allow him to excavate the landfill in order to locate the drive. He claims that if the city allows him to look through the trash, he will offer a portion of the proceeds. Some cryptos, such as Ethereum, have more uses than just being a currency. Aside from being a coin, some cryptocurrencies have other applications. More than just processing payments and sending money can be done with the Ethereum blockchain. While the native coin, Ether, can be used for transactions, the underlying technology is more than just a means of exchange. Ethereum can also be used for supply chain management and to execute smart contracts. Other cryptocurrencies use the Ethereum network to create their coins. Gas is the term used to describe the fees associated with Ethereum. When completing transactions on the Ethereum blockchain, you must pay for gas. Gas is the computational effort required to complete a transaction on the Ethereum network. Using the network for apps or transactions, even if it's just to convert another coin to Ether, requires paying for gas. Gas fees can feel quite high in some cases, depending on the transaction and traffic on the blockchain. One of the first blockchain games is Cryptokitties. Cryptokitties is one of the first blockchain games, and it allows you to breed one-of-a-kind digital cats. Cryptokitties are not a currency, but rather a type of non-fungible token, NFT. Because each kitty is one-of-a-kind and cannot be duplicated, they have a one-of-a-kind value, similar to artwork. Cryptokitties, by the way, is based on the Ethereum blockchain. For 600 ETH, the most valuable Cryptokitty was sold. A Cryptokitty dragon was purchased in 2018 for 600 ETH. 600 ETH was worth roughly $170,000 at the time of the sale. With the price of an Ether exceeding $2,700 today, that 600 ETH would be worth over $1.6 million. That is one pricey digital kitten. NFTs aren't currencies. NFTs aren't cryptocurrencies, despite their growing popularity and status as digital assets. They're non-exchangeable tokens. NFTs can't be divided or replicated, either. NFTs, like artwork and collectibles, are becoming increasingly popular as alternative investments. In fact, some people regard them as digital collectibles and artwork with the potential to appreciate in value. There are even NFTs that work similarly to digital sports trading cards, such as those offered by NBA Top Shot. Dogecoin began as a joke. Dogecoin has become one of the most popular cryptocurrencies in recent months. The token, on the other hand, began as a joke. The concept was that there were a lot of coins out there that were just getting started. As a result, the Dogecoin creators based the token on the image of a surprised-looking Shiba Inu dog. When Dogecoin was first introduced in 2013, this was a popular meme. While there is a lot of money in Dogecoin right now, the price is still fluctuating. When it comes to cryptocurrency prices, Elon Musk has a lot of clout. Elon Musk is one person who has contributed to the huge swings in cryptocurrency prices in recent months. The market pays attention when he tweets or speaks about cryptocurrencies. At the very least, his ardent supporters pay attention. Just by announcing what coins Tesla will accept for car purchases and making comments on Saturday Night Live, Musk has influenced the price of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, as well as the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Cryptocurrencies are prohibited in some countries. Cryptocurrencies are not permitted in all countries. Some countries, such as Turkey, prohibit cryptocurrency transactions, while others, such as Nigeria, prohibit cryptocurrency exchanges. China's ban on financial institutions providing services related to crypto transactions is one of the most significant recent bans. Even though countries can regulate access to service providers and shut down exchanges, it's nearly impossible to outright prohibit the use of cryptocurrencies. However, with one of the world's largest economies opposing cryptocurrencies, it's difficult to predict how things will pan out in the future. The value of cryptocurrencies is extremely volatile. Wide price swings characterize cryptocurrency prices. It's not unusual for a coin to lose 30% to 50% of its value overnight, only to see massive gains a few days later. People are trying to figure out how to value different coins because it's a new asset class. Furthermore, because of the celebrity surrounding cryptos, they have a lot of buzz surrounding them. As a result, if something falls out of favor, it may lose value quickly, leaving you with unrecoverable losses. You must still pay taxes on your cryptocurrency gains. You will have to pay capital gains taxes if you invest in cryptocurrencies and make a profit. You may be required to pay taxes on long-term or short-term investment gains or as income, depending on how you manage your crypto and how you obtained it. For example, in 2011, I received 1 Bitcoin in exchange for an article, and that was considered income. However, if I sell the Ethereum I purchased in 2016 to 2017 today, I will profit from long-term capital gains. In April, I experimented with Dogecoin, which resulted in short-term capital gains. Everything is subject to taxation. Thanks for watching our video. If you think you learned something and had fun while watching the video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment on our content. Do not forget to take a look at our Instagram and TikTok account, in the description of the video.